Today is August 28th. These are most important events for this day through history. On this day in 1991, is born Andreja Pejic, an Australian model. Pejic is a transgender woman, who until 2014 was billed as an androgynous male model, self-described as living in between genders. On this day in 1969, is born Thomas Jacob Jack Black, an American actor, comedian, and producer, known for his roles in School of Rock, King Kong, Nacho Libre, The Holiday and the Kung Fu Panda films. On this day in 1965, is born Shania Twain, a Canadian singer and songwriter. Twain has sold over 85 million records, making her one of the world's best-selling artists of all time. Pepsi is a carbonated soft drink that is produced and manufactured by PepsiCo. Created and developed in 1893 and introduced as Brad's drink, it was renamed as Pepsi-Cola on August 28, 1898, then to Pepsi in 1961, and in select areas of North America, Pepsi-Cola made with real sugar as of 2014. On this day in 1937, Toyota Motors becomes an independent company. Toyota Motor is a Japanese automotive manufacturer headquartered in Toyota, Aichi, Japan. In March 2014, the multinational corporation consisted of 338,875 employees worldwide and, as of November 2014, is the 11th largest company in the world by revenue. Toyota was the largest automobile manufacturer in 2012 by production, ahead of the Volkswagen Group and General Motors. On this day in 1963, the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom took place in Washington, D.C. The Great March on Washington was one of the largest political rallies for human rights in United States history and called for civil and economic rights for African Americans. Thousands of Americans headed to Washington that day. Martin Luther King, Jr., standing in front of the Lincoln Memorial, delivered his historic "I Have a Dream" speech, in which he called for an end to racism. The march was organized by a group of civil rights, labor, and religious organizations, under the theme Jobs and Freedom. Estimates of the number of participants varied from 200,000 to 300,000. The march is credited with helping to pass the Civil Rights Act 1964, and preceded the Selma voting rights movement, which led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act 1965. On this day in 1996, Charles, Prince of Wales, and Diana, Princess of Wales, divorced. Diana received a lump sum settlement of around £17 million, along with a clause standard in royal divorces preventing her from discussing the details. Upon their marriage in July 1981, the couple made their homes at Kensington Palace and at Highgrove House, near Tetbury, and had 2 children, Princes William and Henry. Within 5 years, the couple's incompatibility and age difference, as well as Diana's concern about Charles's previous girlfriend, Camilla Parker Bowles, became visible and damaging to their marriage. They separated in 1992 and divorced in 1996. A year later, Princess Diana was killed in a tragic car crash in Paris. Prince Charles married his longtime mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles, on April 9, 2005. On this day in 1993 died William Edgar Stafford. He was an American poet and pacifist, and the father of poet and essayist Kim Stafford. He was appointed the 20th consultant in poetry to the Library of Congress in 1970. On this day in 2014 died John Anthony Walker. He was a United States Navy chief warrant officer and communications specialist convicted of spying for the Soviet Union from 1968 to 1985. On this day in 1978 died Robert Archibald Shaw. He was an English actor, novelist, and playwright. With his menacing mutter and intimidating demeanor, He was often cast as a villain. He is best remembered for his performances in Jaws. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. George Orwell,